Baddies, and welcome to my channel. My name is Khloe B. For those of you who don't know, I am new here to YouTube, so show your girl some love. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you're feeling this video, and definitely leave any and all comments down below. I'll be sure to answer those. For all my baddies that are looking for a flawless, natural, affordable, detailed beginners baddie beat, I'm here to help you sisters out, so definitely stay tuned if you want the tea on how to get this look. All right, guys, so you're always going to want to start with a clear, fresh face. And even if I've already washed my face for the day, I always wash it right before I start my makeup. I don't know, it's just a me thing. But I just figure if you're going to put so many different layers of things on top of your face, you're going to want it to be as clean and pure as possible before you do that. You don't want to have hours of dirt and dust and bacteria on it, because that just naturally happens throughout the day. So I always start with a fresh face, and then I like to go in with my milk primer. Guys, when I tell you this is the business, this is the shit. No, for real, it really is. You can just tell when you put it on, it's just tightening, and it just makes you feel like it's gonna work, and your makeup, your makeup's gonna stick to it just by the feel of it. And just dab a few dots. Kind of make sure I'm getting a little bit of everywhere. And I like to just rub it all in. Like I said, you definitely want to make sure you get your eyebrows, your eyelids, because you put makeup on those areas too. Definitely helps keep your eyebrows on too. Because sometimes them things be melting away, y'all. Like in the summertime, sometimes. And then next, what I usually do is I go in with this Skin Prep Pro. I'll leave a link to it down in the description box, and all the products I use as well. But guys, this stuff is perfect. I put this on just my T-zone area, the areas that I know I get super oily in, and I just use a Q-tip and just drench the Q-tip, and then I just go over those areas. I wouldn't suggest using a cotton ball, because I've tried that before and it just got a little weird. Can't remember exactly, but it just wasn't as effective. Q-tip's good because you're not using too much. It only sucks up so much of the product. And guys, I also get really oily on my eyebrows for some weird reason, so I like to just go over that too. Definitely in my forehead. Okay. T-zone, chin. Okay. Now next, I go right into my eyebrows. And y'all, I'm going to do one on camera for you. But for my eyebrows, I like to go with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Dip Pomade, guys. I've been using this for years. I tell you, I've tried so many different methods. This is probably my favorite for brows, just because it's just so sleek and easy if you have the right brush. Definitely want to have the right brush. Oh, y'all, I had to stop and go put some lotion on my hands, because I do not want y'all coming at me in the comments. Yes, my hands get dry very easily, guys. I get dry in general very easily. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, guys. The number is the 7B brush. This works really well. I know Sephora's brand also works really well. It's really a good brush to use, and they're a good combo together. So yeah, you'll always want to start with just kind of like brushing your brows out, shaping them as they should be. I don't know why, guys, but my brows always be just like all over the place all the time. Like, what's going on? All right, so I like to take just a little bit and I rub both sides of the brush. And then this might be a little ghetto, but I take a paper towel and I kind of like lay it on, and then I kind of just like fold it together, pressing against, because I want to get some of that extra excess off. You don't want your brows to come out too dark, so you don't want to really be having too much. So yeah. And I always start on the bottom, guys. I always like to start on the bottom. You just want to follow like your natural brows. Use that as kind of like a guide. And then also keep in mind, any mistakes you make in the process of doing your brows, you're always going to clean up with concealer, so it doesn't matter. Y'all, I'm silent. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm going a little silent on you. I swear, guys, I'll be needing the best. My focus skills when doing my brows be like on 10. So I always get quiet, super quiet whenever I'm doing my brows, but it's really just me trying to focus. Then I don't like to add too much more pomade from the pot when I'm filling them in. I kind of just like work with whatever's left on the brush. And then I try to keep the very front of my brows very thin and natural looking. And then you also want to simultaneously, while you're adding in that product, like brush your brows through as well, because you really don't want to use too much of the pomade. You don't want them looking crazy. Don't want it to look super obviously they're drawn in. You just want them to look, you know, a little more sleek and full. Now, I promise y'all it look crazy right now, but I promise once I throw that concealer on, they will look like the bomb.com. It's alright, y'all. I know I look like Cruella de Vil right now, but she's gonna be a baddie in the end, though. Bet on it. Okay, so next for my concealer, I like to use, and this is really good for my girls who are looking for affordable makeup, everyday makeup routine, basic makeup routine. I always use the LA Girl Pro Concealer. And my shade is Fawn. But if you're a little extra like me, I kind of like a highlight effect around my brows because I feel like it makes them pop out a little more. I use my highlighter shade in the LA Girl Pro Concealer, which is Cool Tan. The brush I use to apply my brow concealer is the Morphe brush, the Morphe M165 brush. So I just get a little bit of that LA Girl Pro Concealer on both sides of the brush. Because, like, when I do mine, I flip back and forth. So I just like to get it nicely, evenly coated. Nice and damp with that concealer. And then, guys, this is where we clean, okay? This is where we clean her up. We get her real perfect. Not gonna lie, y'all, this is like one of my favorite parts. Cause like you can shave it down and mold it to your liking. And then I also like to, after I underline, I like to just bring that concealer down and then we'll blend it out. And I like to bring her down quite a lot. That line, sorry guys, I refer to a lot of things as her. Try to keep up with my lingo, y'all. Try to keep up with my lingo. Same thing with like even the size of my brows. I like to just come out. I bring that concealer like out, which you're gonna need anyways, because when you blend it, you're gonna want, you know, a good amount to come out. And then like with me, I always, because I'm a perfectionist, have to go back and forth at this point with like touching up pomade in any areas I need, reconcealing any areas I need. So you'll see me also going back to the dipping in the pomade a little bit, and cleaning up any parts I might have accidentally wiped away with the concealer. And I like to, on the top brow, I like to bring that out and kind of create a little bit of a unibrow effect, because it's going to help you make sure your brows are aligned. That's another cool little trick. So when you do this brow, you'll bring your concealer out. So you'll have concealer coming in on both sides. That way you're able to see whether your brows are aligned top and bottom perfectly. Another little cool tip. So you want to bring it out a little more on the top and on the bottom. And you don't want the concealer to sit for too long, because it's not as easy to blend when it's been sitting for a little while. And then I usually buff my brows out with Real Techniques base shadow brush, and that's the 301 brush. It's just nice and small and dainty. It's easy to get in all the crevices. And you'll want to start buffing out the area you apply the concealer first. So like, because I added my concealer on the bottom first, that means it's been sitting longer than the top. So you'll want to just start to buff that out and bring it very low into that eyelid as possible, because you'll either need it as a base for eyeshadow. I'm not really an eyeshadow girl. This is just like my basic routine. My basic routine, I kind of just leave it very neutral on my eyelid. So I just Blend all of that out. Sis, these are coming out quite nice, I shall say. I shall say. And you'll want to definitely make sure you're getting as close to that brow as possible. You're buffing out that concealer, top and bottom. And this is our final result, guys. Just gotta brush them out a little more. This is her when she is all done. I told y'all guys to trust the process. I know she looked a little crazy at first, but now she is beautiful. Y'all, I'm like so excited to finish this look. I get so excited, guys. I get so excited. Like, I love just looking like a bad bitch. You know, like, who doesn't? Who wouldn't? Like, don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it wrong. Like, sis is fine with or without the face, but a nice face, a banging wig, a lit fit, you're really feeling yourself. That's the sauce. That's the key recipe needed to be the ultimate, you know, baddie. Shout out to all my natural baddies too, because I have those days as well where I just want like a natural face and I just want to throw some gloss on and I'm still the baddest. Okay, so next, guys, because like I said, I'm super oily, so I try to take all the precautions necessary to stay from being oily. I like to take a little like translucent powder, and this one I'm using is the NYX HD Studio Photo translucent powder. I just take a little bit of this and I like to just go over around the rest of my skin, so like the forehead, cheeks, the nose, kind of dry it out a little bit, you know, because I feel like if you wear makeup, even if you're someone who has combination skin, once you have, you know, your layers of makeup on, your face naturally gets even more oily, even in places that you aren't typically oily. So that's why I like to just add a little extra, you know, powder. And before I get into any other steps, I also like to use this NYX Control Freak. It's an eyebrow gel, so basically it helps your brows stay in place. So I just brush them. You want to brush them up. It helps them stay long lasting and in place, so they're not just like moving all over the damn place. Okay. Next, as you guys can see, I do struggle with acne. I have extremely acne prone skin. It's frustrating. So I like to just conceal like my acne before I put on my foundation. Once again, I use the LA Pro concealer, and as I stated earlier, I use it in the shade Fawn, which basically I want to just pick a shade that matches the closest to your skin, overall skin complexion. And so like with this, you literally, guys, need like the teeniest amount ever, because a little goes a long way with this stuff. So I kind of just go over the little spots. Only pick a few spots, because you'll have some that you see how like I started buffing it out, and I like to do it with my finger. I feel like your finger is more effective than a brush, because you're just like using it to like spot conceal the little dark spots. But as you can see, like I said, once you start to buff it out with your finger, it's like a lot goes a long way. So I like to just buff that out over those dark spots that I have. One thing I will say is you do want to work pretty quick when you're doing this, because this concealer, no lie, it dries like extremely quick. And once it dries, if you weren't able to like fully buff it out, it does start to look a little crazy. So you just want to work really fast with this. Comment down below and let me know if you guys want me to do a skincare routine for acne prone skin and how to get rid of dark marks, because that's what I'm currently working on. I love when my face is clear. Natural beauty goals. But unfortunately right now I am working on it, because like I said, I've just been in like in a weird breakout season. Now we're gonna go and dip into our foundation. So for foundation, I like to use the Fit Me. Guys, I love this stuff. I actually just started using this past summer. And it's literally to die for. Like the best affordable, in my opinion, thus far, foundation to Fit Me. Like, and if you're similar to my skin complexion, I use the 334, the warm sand. That's my shade. And then the 335, I also use that shade too. It kind of just depends. Like I kind of use that more going into like early summer, if I had a little sun to me, you know. But yes, so that's what I'll be using for foundation. And then another tip for the girls who don't really care to get their hands wet or use their fingers at all for their foundation, pick you up one of these, sis. Pick you up one of these. It's so cute. It's like one of those little artist like canvas things to paint on. Makes me feel so professional when I do my makeup. And then it also comes with, I don't really know what this is called. If you're someone who mixes foundations and you use two, this is a good thing to use, because literally you can just mix it. And then I picked this up from Amazon, really cheap. I'm pretty sure it was under 15 bucks. But yes, if you're someone who doesn't like to get messy with your foundation everywhere or use your fingers in any way, this is, you need it. Add it to your Amazon list. And I just apply some lines. And I actually like to only apply it in the sections that I'm going to be working on first, blending out first, because this is something else that it's really wet, but it gets dry. It dries up a little bit really quick. And then for my foundation, I just bought a regular Heyyyy brush off of Amazon. I actually bought a bunch of these. I can also leave that link down below for anyone who likes to use foundation brushes. Specifically kabuki brushes for blending out their foundations. Not really a beauty blender girl for blending out my foundation for some odd reason. And then guys, I like to just press it in to the skin, nice and even and smooth. And then I like to just go over certain areas, aka where my dark marks are. This definitely is a full coverage, but I use so little at a time that I usually, because I like to go in, I don't want to use too much foundation. I don't like my makeup to be super heavy, so I kind of go in as needed. But it definitely is a full coverage foundation. I'm just dipping in more because I'm applying so little at a time to each area. And I kind of break my face up in sections just to make sure I get the most evenest blend. I always start kind of in the bottom chin area. Jaw area, like this whole little section here. And then work my way up. It's weird because I've never been a fan of using the beauty blenders for my foundation, but I do use them to highlight and contour, which is strange, but yeah. And then you want to be extremely careful when you're blending up on your forehead and around your eyebrows, because obviously you don't want to ruin all that hard work you did making those eyebrows a masterpiece. And then you just want to make sure you're going over and merging that foundation and the concealer right above your top brow line, so it's all even. I'm just going to make sure I have enough around my hairline. And she's looking spectacular. Guys, I'm like already in love. Like, are you? Like, I'm already like in love, guys. And you just want to like softly buff the brush. You're just like softly, gently pressing it in. And it sounds like a little more aggressive than I actually am being. Okay, clumsy thumbs, like over here dropping on my brushes, guys. And there she is, nice, flawless foundation application. Just had to give it the test, y'all. Make sure it's good from all angles. Okay, now once you dolls have your foundation all on, you'll want to go in with a concealer. I'm using my LA Girl Pro, as you guys already know. And I'm just doing a little under eye on both sides. I'm gonna do my nose, a little bit of my forehead, my T-zone area. And then a little on my chin. And y'all, sorry for that noise. It's my heat. It's super loud. I apologize in advance. And then you'll just want to take a damp beauty blender. I always just spray it with like a little spray bottle I leave on hand in front of me. And then I like to do just a little, and if you obviously don't have a piercing in the way, you'll just bring it all the way down. And yeah, guys, I just take the beauty blender and I just start buffing it out. Nice and gentle. Really doesn't take too much effort. And you kind of want to work a little quick because this stuff, like I mentioned earlier, dries up super quick. And I think the best tip for this part is just making sure your beauty blender is very damped. Like, you're gonna get the best results the damper it is. I like to, like, not soak mines, but definitely spray it down with the spray bottle before I even start like my makeup. And it holds in all that moisture, obviously, because it's a sponge. So that way by the time you're ready to like even apply and blend out your concealer, it's already nice and saturated. And then I just go over it just a few spritz right before. But y'all, look at that. Like, look at how just seamless and even that is. And sometimes, depending on how extra I'm feeling, I'll go back in and just add another little bit of concealer on top. But it just depends how dramatic you feel like being, how extra you feel like being for the day, and what kind of look you're going for. Like, if you want to be seen, sis, definitely do that second extra layer. But this is just for video purposes, so I'm cool. Next I go in with, y'all didn't know, now y'all know, I am a navy girl. Okay, I am team Ree all the way. That's my girl. That's like, that's queen to me. What I contour with is her Match Duo Sticks. Oh, sorry guys, I know it's super disgusting and dirty. I've had this for a while now, but yeah, I go in with the Match Sticks Trio set, which comes with like a highlighter in the form of a stick. I think it's actually 2 highlighters and then like the concealer shade. I go in my cheekbones, going on my nose. And honestly guys, I have such a small head and so little space in my forehead. It looks a lot bigger on camera than it really is, so I don't really do the forehead contour. But to be honest, the best advice I can give you is contour according to your face. Don't do things just because everybody else is doing them. That's stupid. Don't ever do that. Literally do it according to your shape, your face. I don't need it, so I don't do it. And you'll just want to buff that out as I'm doing with your sponge, with your beauty blender. Look how beautiful she's looking, y'all. Like, oh my god. Like, is this real? Is this real right now? I swear, I'm always amazed every time I do my makeup. It's so weird. As if I've never done my makeup before. I think it's just the transformation for me, guys. Like, I love just seeing all types of transformations. Like, it's just so beautiful. So like watching a caterpillar turn into a butterfly. Like, who doesn't love that? Who wouldn't think that's a beautiful sight to see? And when you're buffing it out, you're going to want to make sure you're going right over that line, not above it, below it, like literally right on that line. And because I have such a fat face, I like my contour to be pretty prominent. And guys, making that face really does help, I promise y'all. Okay, then I'm just gonna buff out my nose one with one of the Real Technique brushes. This is the Deluxe Crease Brush. And guys, just because it's a crease brush, you can use your brushes for other things, trust me. Sometimes your eye brushes are the best for getting in like small crevices. And you'll just want to buff that out. Just go up and down, back and forth. Just want to make sure it's evenly blended out. And I like to definitely go up under my eyebrows with it because it just brings it all the way down. It, you know, it sucks you in. I like to be a skeleton because I have a fat face, you guys. I have a really, always have, ever since I was a baby, extremely fat face. So I like to get real snatched with the concealer, not gonna lie. I like to be super, you know, Skeletor. I like to use the True Complexion Loose Powder by Black Radiance. I love Black Radiance too, guys. Drugstore brand, extremely affordable. You always want to go over your concealer with a powder after you highlight. That's what I'm doing here. And guys, I like to sculpt around my contour. Because it helps create a better effect. And then you can also just see the dimension better in your face between the highlight and the contour. And yes, I do highlight under my contour line as well, because like I said, I do have a very fat face and I just want to make sure I'm shaping my makeup best to my face. And y'all, I'm just gonna do my lashes off camera. Okay, baddies, I'm back with my lashes on, and the only thing left to do is a lip and my favorite part, highlighter. When it comes to highlighter, I'm the type of girl, I love highlighter, extra highlighter, say a lot less. So I have this little highlight brush. I like to spray it with setting spray first because you get the most pop dramatic highlight when you set it first. And I have a few different setting sprays. This one is the Stay Matte by Lauren London. Y'all, why I can't talk today? Like, what the hell? What's going on? And then I just mix a bunch of my favorite highlighters. So this MAC highlighter is one of my faves. Oh, really? Do y'all see that? Okay. Just get a bunch. And this one's perfect for my ladies who don't like too much, because it's actually a very pretty subtle highlight. As you can see, it just gives you that little extra added shine. It's not like a blinding highlighter. It's a nice gold for us melanin goddesses. Is my first layer of highlighter, and then I go back in and spray one more time. The next highlighter I like to use is my Fenty Beauty, the Hustler Baby. This one's phenomenal, y'all. Check it out if you don't already know. It's one of my fave highlighters of all time. Just go back over that, and you guys can start to see how it's just, and as long as they're the highlighters are within the same shade, color shade, pigment shade, you always can't go wrong with mixing them. Oh my god, it's looking so good. I don't know why, but I feel like one side always comes out a lot better than the other. I don't know what's that about. And then the last one I like to go in is the Maybelline Master Chrome. This is what it looks like. And this one is the Molten Gold. And I'm sure you guys can see how blinding this is. This is like the killer one I like to go in with. Just brings it all together, and as you can see, it's like they're not too overpowering. It's just like they work together so well because they're all shades of gold. Girl, how can I forget my favorite thing I like to highlight? I'm tripping, y'all. I'm bugging. I don't know what's going on with me today. And then I just take another little smaller brush, and I like to also highlight under my brow bone to make it pop. Up under there now. Like, why am I not even getting right under the brow bone? Like, what is wrong with my hands today now? Not gonna lie, I feel like my lashes are partially in the way. And do you just see how that all cohesively, like, from that brow bone down? Guys, I like to go over and just make sure I'm getting my nose really well. Just do a little bit more on this brow bone. And y'all don't have to be as extra as I'm being, because this is like a flawless natural beat. I just love highlighter. I just love highlighter. And then for my setting mist, I like to use this Sweet Peaches. It's actually by Saweetie. It's the Saweetie. She did a collab with Morphe. Y'all know I love Morphe now. And this was just like the summer edition I got, but the regular one it's the exact same thing. It's just this one is like peachy. It has like a little peachy kind of scent to it. And then I like to just go in. You want to bring it back. Don't be up here. You need to, can't be all up. You gotta bring it some inches from your face now. And last but not least, ladies, we are here for the lips. And liner, I always go in with like a dark chocolate, dark brownish kind of look. For this, I'm using the Jordana. I also love Jordana, yes. And Coco Loco is the shade I'm using. Honestly, guys, I can't really tell you too much about this lipstick. It's a Forever 21 lipstick I got a really long time ago. It's like a nice, cute, neutral pink shade. And y'all want to just rub those babies together. And then my last tip to make sure your lipstick comes out like extremely perfect is you'll want to dip back into your highlighter shade, which is clean up around. I just want to blend that in. Sorry, y'all. Y'all can see all of in my nostrils. I'm coming way too close to the camera. And then last but not least, ladies, my favorite, some good old gloss. Gloss always helps bring a look together. Well, first, actually, I'm gonna re-add a little bit of that highlighter over the side of my lip. Since I kind of cleaned it up with the highlighter. And yes, so this is just like a nice little gloss, and then we'll just put that over. I also like extra gloss as well, ladies. Now let me get this wig on and stay tuned for the final look. You did. This is the final look, ladies. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And once again, give this video a big thumbs up if you're feeling it. And also hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more from Khloe B.